Today I'm working with a dog named Bella. She's pretty new when it comes to dog training, but she does have an understanding of my hand signals. So I'm going to be using my hand signals to get her into the lay down and also reward her on the ground to build her duration. As I'm marking her behavior of lay down, I'm telling her good as I lay the kibble onto the ground. In the repetition of rewarding her on the ground, she then understands that the behavior of laying down is a positive, and also building her willingness to stay in that position to get the kibble repeatedly. So repetition and timing is really important. I'm using her kibble as the reward instead of buying treats to give her because I'm rewarding 5 to 6 kibble each time. And as you can see, it's a repetitive thing, so it can happen every 2 seconds of that reward so that I can build her duration. So while working on duration, you can also work on a little distance. So what I'm doing is taking a few steps back and rewarding again. That also increases the time between my reward and her stay. In this part, you see I reward her and I take a step back and I'm giving her the hand signal to come to me, but she hesitates and starts to lay back down. So instead of getting a reward, all I do is take another step back, give her the hand signal to come to me, and then just mark it with a good once she does the behavior of reaching me. I'm not using any commands, so my expectation for her to stay is still there, but it's not a consequence for her to get up. I'm just wanting to make my timing of the reward impactful so that way she doesn't break and then I lose any kind of progress. I'm Justin, and this is my co-host Michael. This is the food review.
Today we're going to be talking about Victor brand High Pro Plus is the formula. We're going to talk a little bit about why we chose this food, kind of the price. We'll go over just some talking points with it. But also, we're going to have Justin taste the food as if he were lost in the woods and stranded and didn't have anything else but the dog food that he's conveniently carrying in his rucksack.
That's right. You want me to grab the dog food?
Yeah, so having multiple dogs, it's pretty difficult finding a brand of dog food that you can't even see Victor. Yeah.
Hold on, I can lower it. Here we go.
So having multiple dogs, it's difficult to find a quality food that still is high value and having multiple dogs, it's difficult to find a quality food for a good price. And for our dogs, it's so important. They're nutrition-wise, especially for training purposes, working purposes, and you just want to make sure that when you research your food that they don't have recalls and that they've got a good track record and their formulas not causing issues with other dogs. And through a lot of talking to vets and other dog people, they pushed me on to Victor, and luckily I was able to find it at the co-op, but they also sell that on Chewy.com and Amazon, other various sites. But I switched from that. I was on From previously, and now we're on Victor, and all 4 of my dogs are working great on it. So Justin's going to talk a little bit about what's on the bag and some of the top key points. We're obviously not nutritional experts, but we want to talk from a realist standpoint as to why we enjoyed this food and why Justin's going to enjoy eating it.
That's right. So another good thing is about this dog food is that it works for all size dogs. So it's not just specifically designed or created for bigger dogs or small dogs. This works for every dog size out there. Another thing too is that they have 4 main ingredients that they like to call their Victor core ingredients. This bag is heavy. It's a 40-pound bag. And they promote superior digestibility and immune system functions. So selenium yeast, is that how you say that,
I have
Michael?
no idea, but it sounds
We're going to call
legit.
it selenium yeast. Mineral complexes, some prebiotics, and then probiotics. So that's the 4 Victor core ingredients that they use in their food making. And so the different prices for each pound of the bag is a 5-pound bag costs $11.99. And this is all on Chewy.com, so we love Chewy because it delivers straight to the door. A 25-pound bag costs $24.99. A 40-pound bag is $49.99, and a 60-pound bag or a 50-pound bag is $60.99. So I always like to try dog food out, just in case the purpose of if I was to go hiking or something and I took my dog and I fell down and I hurt myself and couldn't get to the vehicle or anything like that. If I would survive, I don't know, but if I could eat this if I was hungry.
Yeah, so now we know which food when we go backpacking that we're going to take instead of those actual nice freeze-dried meals or MREs.
Yeah.
So I'll just pack us a couple bags of that.
But I mean, if we already ate that and this is all I have, like if I'm hiking and I ate all my MREs and all I had was dog food left.
I mean, I don't know why you'd have dog food, but
if you have your dog, you know, you took your dog and now,
yeah,
you're gonna. I don't know.
I just want to watch you eat it.
Yeah, well, I like to do it.
A whole handful.
No, I'm not eating a whole handful. I'll probably eat like 2 or 3, and just see how they taste. That's what it is. It's just to see how they taste. Could I withstand eating it for 2 days?
This is a week. This is a week. A week I'm training, I gotta eat up. That's a good thing is we should see that how much nutrition is actually in here for us humans.
Here goes nothing. Oh gosh. What's up?
Oh man. We talked about this. We didn't know if we'd actually do it, but Justin's gonna go in for seconds. It looks like.
I'm not going for seconds, but it's not actually a bad taste. I've tried more grainy tasting, like chop tasting dog food. This isn't actually bad. You want to try it?
No.
Just one. Try one. I mean, it just has like a
Never going backpacking with you.
well, I mean, this is just in case you're stranded.
I mean, it's not terrible, but if I didn't know it was dog food,
You wouldn't eat it on a daily thing.
yeah.
Like, now just remember, so another thing we're going to do later on is, not today, but just in other videos, is we're going to, well, I guess I will, because Michael's not probably interested in doing that, is once we get like several dog branded foods, after I try it on here, what we're going to do is have different dog foods, and I'm going to try one and try to guess what brand dog food it is. So,
And if we get 100, let's set a number. let's set a number where if we hit a certain amount of subscribers, you'll eat a soft food. You said you never eat a soft food. When we hit 1,000 subscribers, I say we'll both eat a piece of dog wet food that they recommend.
Yeah, if you recommend a dog food, wet dog food, you recommend it, but get us to 1,000 subscribers, and whichever brand wet dog food, we'll try that one out. I don't want to try it because I don't know, it's just already pre-wet, and I don't like that it's already like. So I will try it if we get to 1,000 subscribers. Michael's gonna try it too, not just me. You gotta say it.
Yeah, we'll both try it.
Okay.
All right. Well, check out Victor's website. We'll leave a link follow right under us here in the video to their website, and then we'll kind of add some of the prices. And I definitely recommend everybody does their own research on the food. And remember, when transitioning a dog from a different dog food, you want to give them at least 2 weeks of transitioning. 2 weeks of transitioning between the dog foods, so that way we don't upset their stomach too much, because the formulas are so different. So just make sure you leave ample time, slowly transitioning out the old and transitioning in the new, and mixing it together. And just listen to your dog's body.
Another thing too is what we're going to be planning on doing is buying smaller bags. This bag right here, Michael uses for his personal dogs, and we're going to this camera. Okay. Michael uses this bag for his personal dogs, so we're going to start buying smaller bags, maybe 5, 10, 15 pound bags of dog food, and reviewing that dog food, and then tasting it and donating it to shelters once we get done.
So all the dog food that we buy and test, we are going to donate it to a local shelter. We haven't partnered with anybody yet, but we're going to probably partner with the local Murray or Marshall County. If they're in need. If they're not in need, then we'll find another rescue group that's really desperate in need. So please feel free to tag any rescues that may need some assistance, and we'll definitely promote them on here. And like I said, we'll donate to the rescues to help kind of restock them up with some dog food.